Welcome back, my Mini Pekker fans. If you're like me and you're just absolutely tired of playing against the Ronin, well, today we're going to be playing a deck that is improvised around the whole point of taking out that Bushido Booty Bandit, because I'm tired of it just as much as you are. Now, this is not the deck that I'm going to be playing, but every last one of these cards, minus the mirror, are pretty much some good counters to use against Ronin. Now, the strategy that you want to use is not to ruin your whole deck, of course, by playing every last one of these cards, because why would you do that? I don't even hate Ronin that much. I mean, don't get me wrong, the card is absolutely fire. It has great health, the attack is decent, and that counter attack is, oh my god. But what really drives it over the top and makes it a little bit too much is the speed. The speed is absolutely atrocious. So Supercell, if you're listening, nerf that speed, because we have to get that under control. Now, the strategy here is to take two of these cards and put them in your deck, because you want your opponent to, you want them to play their Ronin, right? And then you play that first one. Let's just use my example, because today we're going to be playing a 3.3 Hog Freeze deck that includes two of those, which is going to be our Goblin Gang and the guards. Now, in this deck specifically, what you want to do is play the Goblin Gang first. And, you know, this is kind of made for a situation where you're playing against somebody that has a Ronin and arrows in their deck. And then, boom, they straight up arrows the Goblin Gang. And then, boom, you can play your guards right on top. And then, yeah, you can pretty much take that entire Ronin. And even if they, even if they play some more elixir like a log or a fireball, which mainly you're probably going to see a log come right after that, the arrows for your guards, still not going to be enough. And the guards are going to take care of that Ronin. So that's going to be the plan. So let's go ahead and jump straight in. And I'm playing a 1v1, and that was supposed to be a 2v2 match. I tried to cancel at the last second. You saw it. But here we are. Let's see if they have a Ronin. It's just a small chance, but you never know. You never know. But yep, they have a zap though for the Goblin Gang, so that's also something that you might run into. But that's why you want to have the guards in hand as well, which I don't, but I can cycle to if I wanted to. Now we're gonna go Hog Freeze and just try to get a little bit of damage here. Like I said, I didn't intend to play a 1v1, but here we are. Ooh, big Pekker. Nice, and we have two counters to that. So if they zap my bats, which is what I want to bait out right now, then I'm gonna play my cards right on top of their Pekker. And oh shoot, Tesla, bats. I didn't see them slip that in there. They got one in on me, don't get me wrong. But I'm not gonna let them get that value from the Magic Archer. Ice Golem up top. That's the end of their Mini Pekker. Goblin Gang, please catch that. It's not going to catch that. They're going to get a little bit of damage from that bandit. Ooh, man. If you had a Ronin right now, the things I would do to you. I want to use my Hog Rider to get that back a little bit, expose it. Bats, it's going to take a shot, but that's okay. I'm going to let that big Pekker get in there and do some damage on my Hog Rider. I don't like this situation, not going to lie. But I'm going to play my Tesla, kind of load it in the back in case they go with that Ram. And then I'm going to guards right there. Now, they're probably going to be playing a okay, and they're going to play a poison instead. Nice. But it's not going to be enough, and your Pekker just gets destroyed. Now, I want to load up this flying machine in the back. Do I want to? I do. And Goblin Gang off to the side. Nice, perfect. Bats at the top. I'm gonna wait a little second. I'm gonna Tesla right there, actually. Whew, this match is getting more stressful than I intended for it to be. All right, so Hog Rider, and I'm looking to freeze, and we're gonna end this match. Immediately freeze that Pekker. It's too obvious. You did it the third time in a row. It's probably not going to work the first two times. Why would you do the third time? And we take the whole tower. They waste the whole Pekker, which I'm just going to guards down low. Goblin Gang, I'm just going to pour a whole lot of elixir into it, honestly, because I'm just going to Tesla right there. Hopefully it takes care of that Magic Archer. It's going to crap all over that. Okay, great. 7 seconds, so I'm just going to freeze. Ice Golem all up your butt. Guards. And it's just way too much defense. They can't break through. You just got lucky that I was playing a 1v1 this time, buddy. So good luck, you be safe, because I promise you, if you use this tactic against a Ronin, you're gonna clap its butt cheeks. If you hate Ronin as much as me, but you don't want to sit here and watch a super long tutorial video on how to clap a Ronin, it's what kind of trade is that? Of course you're gonna give me the Diddy cages. Why not? In some weird snippet. Nobody cares about that. You're gonna play one of these 7 cards or 2 of these cards in your deck. That way you can feint the first one, and when they counter it with their support card, then boom, you go on with the second real counter and you clap the Ronin booty bandit cheeks. Be safe, stay lucky. We'll see you next time.